Arena, and what an atmosphere we have here tonight. I'm Todd Grisham. Along Saul.
This bout is scheduled.
Not too many seats. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. So close to that uppercut. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. And right back into the fray.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way it's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on you.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Do you believe what we are seeing? That's another scoring shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Is going to be the first to get rocked. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. How about Alvarez in that last round? As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt. And there's the bell to start round two. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Perfect counter shot. Off-the-charts action from both of these fighters. Left hook just missed. Defense is not an option for these two. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And he scores with the counter. A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. Missed him with that uppercut. Good counter punch. That punch. Hold that thought. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. That was the moment.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
How about that time counter shot? That uppercut just missed. They exchange punches. Good counter punching. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in it. On to the third. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Another scoring shot there. Jab slightly off target. That counter shot lands. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The courage on display here is incredible. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Nice counter. Perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope...
There's the bell for round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he misses with that jab. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
The straight right just misses. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Well done with that counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those popped areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Incredible work rate. Can't score with that uppercut. This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. Beautiful counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Back into the fray here in round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Just missing with the uppercut. Trying to score with the uppercut. And shoot. No rest for the weary. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you, they want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
We're going deep into the gas tank on this round. He's putting the pedal pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. There's the bell for round 6. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this?
A big headshot and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are away.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
That hook was off target. He wasn't ready for that counter punch. Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this,
and down goes Jones Jr. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
I've got to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Nice counter shot. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Quick punch scores. His stamina is off the charts. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Alvarez in that last round.
That's it.
Here we go. It's round 7. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
There's a counter shot. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
punch right up the middle. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Both men step back for just a moment. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Nice counter shot. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Punch, counter punch. Nice punch. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again.
8. Are you okay?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. What a huge moment.
What do you do?
There's the bell to start round 8. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That hook won't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He misses with that jab. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Looks like trouble was averted.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close.
Whoa, Johnny! Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.
being talented all alone. Think we're fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone, waiting for our time to shine, to come home. Lord, please bless my castle of sand, waiting on the battle sword, handle all in my hand. The war forces more toward my door with demands more important than the fortune that you poured in my pan. From freestyling to recording advance, can you please reinforce all my borders and bands? I should have put it towards some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants. Normally ignoring the branch is par for the course, but when you hold a culture you can't parkour over a part. You gotta march forth over your art. And for your fans, when you corner, gotta shorten your stance, lessen your tails. Philly shell, don't orbit a dance. You hit a bell, then report to the band, and do whatever that the chorus commands. And for the grand, talented all alone. Think we're fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone. Waiting for our time to shine, to come home. Lord, please bless my mansion of cards. If ever challenged, let us camp in the car. Or hang a hammock from a branch in the park. A planet made of uninhabited parts. Being anonymous don't grant you some dark. Even astronomers keep a camera on Mars. Satellite to track where you are and see your black as night, attack it with sparks. Fireworks are not a match for a star, and fire hurts, burns, blackens, and scars. Can still emerge, learned, attractive, and charred from out the ashes of galactic barrage. Yeah, it gets savage where they traffic mirage. It ain't no magic, they in back of it, secret hatches and frauds. You gotta take it back to the start. You gotta tap and learn to rap from the
I'm Todd Grisham, and all the seats have been sold. We're live at the Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it. We've heard of people dancing under. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. You don't want to trade shots. Couldn't land that jab. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Oh, that right uppercut scored. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. Do you believe what we are seeing? got buzzed there. He's in trouble. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Perfect counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think.
And there's the bell for round 2. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until you're sensing the comeback.
Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. Did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Oh, wait a minute. Crawford's legs are all over the place. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight would say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter punch. Do you believe what we're seeing? Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. His stamina is off the charts. Punch scores. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, we know they've got the... On to the third. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction.
Crawford got hit hard and down he goes. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight? Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah. Now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Those counter punches have to hurt. The right hook just missed. He threw a punch and just got countered. Just misses with that uppercut. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They gotta pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, like freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
The stamina is off the charts. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your ball.
We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Back at it in round 4. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Swing and a miss with the right hook. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Crawford is dazed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Nice counter. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually out.
Whoa, Johnny! Terrence Crawford just got rocked. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Get your mind back on the job.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Nice counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Good defense there to stop that hook. Oh, he just hurt him. He hurt him to the body, trying to hide the pain, but the face told the story, and he's going for the finish here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counter punch.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Pretty dominant round there.
Get this boxing back together.
There's the bell to start round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
He blocks the right hook. Punch, counter punch. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Just missed with that jab. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches.
I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you continue?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Is there any way back from the jump? And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? And twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Trying to land that jab. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, this is the time.
He's switching off. Right.
And we enter the 8th round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance?
And it's a one-hitter winner. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Punching me.
Hold it right there. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. How did they not go down?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Carrying away the right hook. Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
He misses with that straight left. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
A knockout victory. That is, Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.